Hello, my name's Larry Snow. I am the owner of SJC Web Design LLC, and I am here to share with you my top 10 web design tips for your business. Number 1, first thing you need to do is plan your website. Plan out what content you want to share with visitors, what is your market niche, what are your products or services that you are offering visitors. I usually sketch out how your content is going to lay out on the web page, and what exactly is going to be your design. So you want to lay out all that in the beginning before you even buy your domain name. Figure out what you're going to be selling, what your products and services are. Number 2, content should include a full, complete description of your services or product. It should give information on who you are and what you do. It should also offer people a way to contact you. You should give them your email address, contact information, or a contact form. If people have bought your services or products and they've given you comments or feedback on those products or services, post them on your website. Images should be related to your content. It should reflect who you are and what your services or products are. If your site is large with lots of content, add a search function. If you go to google.com and do a search for Google search, you'll see that Google has a free search that you can add to your website. They give you the code. Number 3, a thing about content. Here's some do's and don'ts. Avoid overloading your pages. You don't want a visitor scrolling through a whole bunch of text. If you have content on web pages and you see that people are scrolling more than a couple of times, you should break up your content into separate sections or different pages within that same section. The fact is, visitors just won't read that much. They'll get bored with reading and they'll just leave and they won't come back. I recommend Webifying or Webify your content. Visitors don't want to read a book. Basically, if it's a text block, people aren't going to stay, and they're not going to read it, and they're not going to come back. So I suggest break up your content with bullet points, bold text for highlights, add in a couple of images here and there related to the content, and that's a good way of webifying your content. Number 4, simple search engine optimization. Meta tags. You should have meta keywords and meta descriptions in each and every single page of your website. If you don't know what a meta tag is, go to Wikipedia and do a search for meta tags, and they have some great examples and some how-tos on how to get it into your HTML code. Use descriptive page titles. Page titles are what's in that top blue bar of your web browser on the left-hand side. Don't have page 1, page 2 enter in exactly what the page is and what the page is about. Use keywords in your content. If you're talking about your service or your product, mention that service and product throughout your content, and those will be your keywords, and that will help you in your Google rank. Number 5, keep design simple. Avoid overdoing the design. Don't mix and match colors. Use a color wheel to organize your color scheme. Have one main color and one subtle colors, as I call it, or one accent color. If you want to have a blue background, don't have red text. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory, but you'd be amazed at how many people think that that really looks good together. And don't go crazy with the content. Make sure you have your navigation where it's supposed to be, either on the left or on the top, or both if you need it. Have a main section and then have a side section or another or multiple sections related to the main content. Number 6, keep widgets minimal. Just because you know how to have blinking text on your web page doesn't mean that you need to have it. Use it sparingly. If you want to have a news alert or something like that, then I would recommend the flashing text or scrolling text. But don't have it on every page. It gets quite annoying to some visitors and me personally. So, avoid it as much as possible. Number 7, avoid flash intro pages. For me personally, I might be going against the grain here, but it is a big distraction for me, and I get turned off by it immediately when I have to sit through 20 or 30 seconds of someone telling me how great their services or products or website is by having to sit through a flash intro. So I recommend to avoid flash intros. Number 8, article marketing. Here's a great way, one of the top 3 pieces of marketing yourself and branding yourself is writing and posting articles to article directories or repositories. I can name a couple here: easingarticles.com, goarticles.com, Article Alley. These are all free websites where you submit your article, and in the bottom of your article you can add in a little piece about yourself, and you can also add in a link back to your website. So that helps you in the Google ranks. It helps you get visitors to your website, and hopefully it will lead to visitors buying your services and or products. Number 9, keep content fresh. If you're going to do the article route, make sure you have articles 1 or 2 a week if you can. If you can't do it, outsource it. There's a ton of people out there that want to make a couple of bucks, and they can write articles for you, but make sure that you communicate to them exactly what you want in the articles. Keep your content organized, keep it updated, use press releases. I think this is a great way to your website get out there virally, is to use a press release. I recommend PR Web. I think they're fantastic. You can send them new articles, new training, new services, new products. You do it in a nice press release and they'll send it out and it goes everywhere. So make sure your website is continually updated. Don't let it get stale, because people will come and the same visitors that you're trying to build a relationship and a trust with, they'll come to your website, and slowly but surely, if the content remains the same, they'll just disappear. Number 10, spell and grammar check. It's self-explanatory for most, but just to emphasize it here, spell check and grammar tool in your Word or some other editor that you can use. Just do a spell check and a grammar check before you post your content. If you can't do it, hire an editor or do a freelance and freelance it out. Again, there's a bunch of people out there that can do the spell check and grammar tools for you for just a couple of bucks, send it back to you, and then you're good. So those are my 10 tips. Hope I didn't go too quickly. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to visit my website, sjcwebdesign.com, or my blog /smartwebdesign, or you can email me personally at lawrence.snow@sjcwebdesign.com. Thanks.